Hello, everyone. It's Sunday evening, the start to our week. I have an interesting topic for today. We're going to be talking about AI. And it looks like things froze. Let me make sure that everything's going. Come on, you got it. There we go. I don't want a repeat of last week. That was pretty bad. Let me. I see that Arcadia came in first and Seki came in second. Welcome in. How are y'all? Yeah. Make sure everything's going good on the YouTube side. Welcome in, Shirley. Nice to see you. All right. It looks like everything's running smoothly. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the background stream thing is lagging. I think it is. At least on my side, it is. I don't know if it is on the YouTube side. Let's see. While we wait for the notifications to go out and everything, I set up the 20 long for my shell dwellers that I should be receiving by Wednesday. At the end of this stream, I will be doing a giveaway for stickers. Um, by the time we reach the end, last week, there was only one person. So um, I wanted to make sure that more people are around. So I'm announcing it at the beginning. Stick around so you can get a sticker. It's just my logo sticker. It's the alternative After Dark version, which is just like a white outline of everything. And they're holographic. If you don't win and you want a sticker, I do sell them. So we will be talking about AI today, and not just as like a general thing. I really want to talk about very specific things about the use of AI. Um, I did an AI video a while ago now, and I think that AI has definitely advanced since then. So we're going to be doing a couple of things. We're going to be chatting about some of the things that I have in my notes. And we will also be testing. I think it's just Chat GPT that I can use without logging in. Making you know. Um, I don't know. Let me check if I can use Grok. Unfortunately, I cannot use the Google one because it connects to my location, and I don't want to accidentally dox myself. Um, but I think that we will start talking about Google AI. Whenever you do a search, Google AI pops up and gives you what is supposed to be a rundown of the top searches. And when we're looking at that, you can ask a simple question like, can I add snails to a cycling tank? And AI overview pops up on Google. And anytime you click that show more, it turns it into an AI chat, even if you don't respond to it. That tells Google that you want that. You want to chat with the Google chatbot. So it comes up more and more and more, and they're getting more data from you. And I don't think a lot of people know that. So just simply by clicking the show more, uh, it turns that into an AI chat. Now, of course, responding to it will save it into like a list of chats, and where you could go back and talk to it more. I've tested this a few times. It is not a very advanced AI. You would have to go on and download their app. So this is a less advanced AI than their regular app AI, Gemini. Sometimes when you click that thing and you go back to look at that search, it will go AI mode at the bottom. So like when you were to like search images, um, it at the bottom. Let me see if I can't grab. I was earlier Googling if I could put one of my plants in with my multis, um, and I I clicked that show more thing. I didn't talk to the bot or anything, and it comes up AI mode, just like when you search an image. Let me see. I took a screenshot. Let me pull it up on here so you can see what that looks like. I just gotta send it to myself. So let me grab that. So this is from my search history on Google. So I clicked that show more to see like all the sources that they were getting it from. Um, Let me zoom out a bit. You can see here that screenshot. So this is my search um, term, right? I was looking if I could use this for my multis. And right below it in the search, you see AI mode. So just by clicking on that, not talking to it, just by clicking show more, it gives you that AI mode search query, just like where you were to, um, just like if you were to search like an image, it shows that at the bottom, image search. Welcome in, Elite Menagerie Habitats. Nice to see you. Um, so just a heads up, if that is something that is important to you, that is um, that is something that is happening. Um, Without like us knowing or our consent. We just click show more in the AI overview. For whatever reason, I don't care what you do. You should just know that it is doing that. And if you don't want it to do that, don't click show more. Okay. Does anyone here has anyone here ever used AI before? Like even just like before you knew like any of its downsides when it first came out or something, or talking about specifically about text chats too, not for art or music or anything like that, just text chats. Have you ever like typed to an AI before, a chat bot? No judgment. AI is a tool. Lots of people have used it. Well, for anybody who doesn't want to talk about their use or is watching the replay, I want you to think when you ask an AI a question and it gives you an answer, where do you think that information came from? A lot of people say things like the internet, like it searched through the internet, or um, its data set that it was trained on, or previous chats, right? Um, it it does take from all three of those things. Um, AI takes something that it was trained on. It can also search on the internet now. Um, the thing is, like with ChatGPT and Grok, right? There's limited free source, like free. Um, so when you're first using it for a conversation, right? It it's getting all its information really well. You're using like the latest version of the chatbot, and you're getting some. Honestly, it's not the worst information because what it's doing is it's pulling stuff from the internet. So you're going to get what most people have said online. Like you're not going to get anything nuanced or anything like that. You're going to get things pulled from sources that it's either been trained with or it's searched online for, depending on the model and the settings that you have. AI can only summarize information. It can't make new proper information. It can hallucinate, which we will get into in a little bit. Let's see. Let me check chat real quick. It has its ups and downs, can be great, can be devastating. I find that it wants to find a way to make things work because you want it, what you make things work because you want it, what you ask it, and find out to work. That can be dangerous. Sometimes it finds valid info from valid reports, scientific stuff, etc., but it also summarizes opinions, which isn't always facts. Exactly. And then I have somebody complimenting the angelfish on Facebook. Thank you. So that's a, a good thing to do is you can use AI, right? I mean, there are plenty of issues with using AI that I will get into at the end of this. Um, but if you do use it as the tool that it is meant to be, not as your primary source of information, which I still feel like, even with the advancement of AI, people are still doing, and it only feeds into it the better that it gets. What I meant to say is if something doesn't work, but you wanted it to work, AI tries to find a way to make that happen. Instead of saying, no, that's not a good idea. Hopefully that makes more sense. Yes, 100%. I'm going to get into confirmation bias in a little bit. I feel like AI is only good for pooling information, and a lot of that is still not good. It is only good as a tool for data points, but we have to be mindful it does not think it's like putting stats into an algorithm, not some fancy self-thinking program. I think people rely too heavily on it instead of using it as one resource in the research, like you're saying. I agree 100%. Yes. Also, Arcadia. Yeah, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. I want to quickly touch on hallucinations, which is when an AI makes things up and does so randomly. Um, if it can't find an answer, if it can't find it on the internet, if it can't find it through what it was trained on, um, it will just make something up that sounds good. AI, yeah, it doesn't think. It's not like talking to a person. It's relying heavily on what it was trained on or what it can find. And the issue with that is that people don't understand how bots work, and they don't understand when something sounds confident in its own answers, right? Like it says it to you like it's a fact. And that's really hard for some people to like think about or like in the moment like put into their heads. Like this is not a person, even though you're speaking to it like a person. Welcome in, Fishcapades. Um, I want to talk again about training data. Like, AI developers are not experts in every field. They might be great at making chatbots or AIs in general, but they can't sit there and make sure every single piece of information that they trained their bot with is correct. If, for example, you take 50 sources that say the sky is blue, right? And there's only one source that they found that actually explains more into why we perceive the sky as blue. When you ask the bot, is the sky blue? It's going to say yes. And then when you push back on that, it's going to go towards its what it's been trained on and disagree with you. So even if you're like, well, I heard that we only perceive the sky as blue, it will still tell you, no, the sky is blue. It doesn't have rational thinking. It can't be disagreed with. Just checking the chat. Google Gemini is supposedly is programmed to have fear. It's hard to type it, sounds crazy, but the leader of Google AI says it works. That the AI has some base level of really weird interview, base level of fear. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that. Um, so when you're using AI to ask questions, especially when it has to do with animals in general, but specifically fish, where there is a lot of nuance and a lot of opinions, if it was trained on old information or bad information, it will only give you that information. So let's say it was trained on websites from the early 2000s and it tells you that it's okay to put your goldfish in a bowl and you argue with it, it's still going to go back to that it's okay. Again, and that's what making using it as like a primary source is so bad because it can be confidently incorrect and it can be something that has a lot of old information on it, right? Okay, so it's connected to the internet now and it can do Google searches now. But just because you Google something doesn't mean that you're going to find a correct, non-biased answer. And you have no idea in what terms that your chatbot is searching for that information. So it can still give you incorrect information and sources that are not good. Okay, it is saying to look up the AI interview. I'll do that after. But if y'all want to, go ahead. So we've talked a lot about um, AI's bias. Let's talk about confirmation bias. What is confirmation bias? Um, Britannica, the dictionary website, defines confirmation bias as people's tendency to process information by looking for or interpreting information that is consistent with their existing beliefs. This biased approach to decision making is largely unintentional, and it results in a person ignoring information that is inconsistent with their beliefs. These beliefs can include a person's expectations in a given situation and their predictions about a particular income. People are especially likely to process information to support their own beliefs when an issue is highly important or self relevant, is the definition that we're using confirmation bias in at this point, right? When you are going in and you are talking, you're trying to, for example, win an argument online, or um, maybe even something like prove somebody wrong in your decisions about your own fish keeping, or trying to find things that fit your specific tank requirements, right? And you have some knowledge on the subject, right? And you think that you're right. It happens to all of us, right? You type in to your chat bot, the sky is blue. Let's go back to that. Like the sky is green, right? Maybe you are you wholeheartedly believe that the sky is green. Maybe you're colorblind. I don't know. The more that you argue with the chat bot, the more it just kind of goes, okay, yeah, sure. It wants to, it doesn't argue. It just kind of gives you what you want. So, like, maybe you're making the argument to your chat bot that betta fish belong in bowls. And you're saying that it's fine because of some outdated information, like you think that in the wild they live in puddles or something. And chatbot goes out, looks in its data set, sees that those were things that has been said, sees that you're correcting it when it's trying to say anything else, and it just kind of gives up. It's like, okay, yeah, this is a source that says that you're right. Also, the way that we ask questions sometimes gives the chatbot the answer. So, like, do wild bettas need to be at pH 4, right? You just said need to be at pH 4, so it's going to go look and it's going to show you the sources that say pH 4. Now you can do the same thing with like pH 7. Can wild bettas be in a pH of 7? And then it just gives you all the resources that are related to pH 7 or wild bettas and people keeping it that way. So you're not getting any nuance, you're just getting what you asked for. Just drinking some water. Hold on. So we now know that AI can have biases in both the way that we talk to it and the way that it has been trained. It can hallucinate answers when it doesn't know how to respond to you, and it can present um, information so convincingly that you don't think twice that it could be wrong. This take is so relaxing. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the jungle. Take of relaxation. Thank you. I do really like this tank. It's very nice. Um, so if you are asking a chatbot something extremely important, like how to treat a fish, or um, something where like it's pretty close to life and death on one of your animals, um, it can 100% steer you in the wrong direction, and or give you bad or false information on things that are important, like conservation or laws. So you could be like, are axolotls illegal where I am? And it tells you no, and they actually are, and then you can get in legal trouble. It's a really rough. Um, yes, please take my vow. Please, I would like to send it out during the week anyway, so it's fine. So, what should we use AI for? Should we use AI at all? Well, my completely biased opinion is no, probably not. We probably shouldn't use AI, right? Like, we shouldn't at all. There are, like, as a person who keeps fish, I don't want to use something that is actively harming the world. It uses a lot of water. It's a pest in our neighborhoods with the data centers, taking up valuable land and even habitats of fish that could go missing for absolutely, like, for could go missing forever. Personally, with my personal beliefs, I don't think that we should use AI. What decision you make is up to you. And I'm not going to fault you for using AI, although I don't think that you should. It has so many issues and not very many like pros to outweigh the cons. I think that AI might be useful in some certain like circumstances, but as a public tool for everybody to use, I don't personally think that is the right application for it. We shouldn't be using it in the way that we use it now, and we shouldn't be promoting the its growth. That being said, nobody should be judging people who use AI, but I will tell you, I am more likely to support people who don't, whether it be with my time, whether it be with my actions, and whether it be with my wallet. I will always prefer to support people who don't use AI. That's it. Is there any AI questions? What do y'all feel about AI? Would you trust AI to tell you what to do with your fish? Would you trust AI if you didn't have anybody else? If you had no other source of information besides like Google, like searching things on your own and AI, which basically is Google now. Every time you use Google, like I said at the beginning of the stream, you're using AI. Would you trust AI? No? Yes? Think about it. Let's see. Let's go. Let me customize this so you can see the whole thing. All right, can you see this? All right, this is ChatGPT. I'm also gonna do. Let's see if we can do Grok after. Let's see. I know that ChatGPT is going to work. I don't know. Okay, we got Grok too, so we can ask the chatbots some questions. What's I have something in mind, but what is something that y'all want to see be asked? Let's see. I don't trust AI completely at all. I wouldn't miss AI. AI sucks. I don't use AI. AI and algorithms are kind of just not worth the squeeze. Yeah, Google search is AI now. I do still Google search, but even then I will compile a bunch of things and find and take a consensus. So let's do what size tank does a betta fish need? A single betta fish should have at least a 5-gallon, 19-liter tank. While bettas are often sold with tiny pools or cups, those are only for temporary housing, not healthy long-term homes, which I agree. The recommended minimum for one betta is 5 gallons. What does it mean, one betta? Let's ask. Oh, I don't know if this is working. Okay, it's showing up nicely. This isn't the worst advice, but it should say never. Never female and female. Never. Their chat. Ask about tank size rules. What is uh what is the rule I should use for fish in tanks? For fish, for the size of fish tanks, for the size of fish tanks. um, and fish. Using the size of fish. A common rule of thumb is 1 gallon of water per 1 inch of adult fish. But that is only a rough starting point. It doesn't work equally well for all fish. I don't like that. I think we're ready to argue. Remembering that ChatGPT or other chatbots don't think, right? They can only pull information. Hmm. Hmm. What do I want to say here? Oh boy. That doesn't help that I can't spell. So it's saying that I'm right. You're absolutely right. So it changes its mind completely. Now, this isn't the best example because it does kind of say that it's only a rough starting point and it doesn't work equally well for all fish. Let's let's go something a little more controversial. So I asked, can you keep wild bettas in tap water? And it said yes. Now, here's an example of where it is blatantly wrong. What let's say that I have what betta should I say that I have? What wild betta? I'll give you all a minute. It looks like I'm lagging pretty far behind. Also, while we do this, oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't able to mute before I sneezed. Hmm. If anybody wants to come up onto the stream, if you go into my server, into the Cece's Aqua Escape section, and go to the stream and video chat, there's a link. Let's say we'll do something I know needs. Um, I no. Okay. Ah, yeah. What about okay? So it's saying that Beta Persephone needs very soft acidic water, but it is saying that Beta Macrostoma does not need acidic water. But it's saying that its pH is 5 to 6.5, which isn't. We can go and um, mm, it's not right. Hmm. So if you were to ask it, right, can you keep wild bettas in tap water? It says yes. But then if you ask it for a specific betta, it says no. Here it says possibly for Beta Persephone. And then it says yes for Beta Macrostoma. And it says yes, but no. It depends on your tap water. So, tap water, I'm going to say it before I type it, but tap water cannot be used for wild bettas because it still has minerals. Here it is correcting me. It's the link to join is in the Discord server under Cece is Aqua is the thing, and then in the stream of video chat. You're up.
You do. Yeah. The problem a lot of things, including before AI. There was a lot of talking about how algorithms could become anti-competitive, where you'd be used to like push people certain places, and that's why people start buying like the first result on Google because they found out most people go to the first response. So AI is going to be being pushed into that. I find that to be interesting. I've never heard people talk about that. Like AI is kind of being app released like an app, right? Where it's like, how do we make people love AI? How do we put it in their face? Make
So
people
I'm
used to it before they realize it's there.
I'm looking at what it's saying to me here on the stream here, and it's just blatantly wrong. And it's like confused between like some okay information and just absolutely horrible information and correcting like facts. It says to me here, you're identifying a real concern, but I'd phrase it a little differently. "Mm, what do you mean? I'm telling you." And it goes on to explain in the first sentence exactly what I said, and then be completely wrong in the second. So this is what ChatGPT does. It doesn't have all the information, so it's giving you okay information. But if you challenge it at all, it just gets really confused and doesn't know what to do. So I'm done with ChatGPT. It's making me a little angry. It We saw that it was
That's
struggling
valid.
very quickly. Um, it was struggling very quickly, and it started being wrong very quickly. Um, we're now looking at Grok, and this one, even if you're not logged in or signed up, it has different um, types of Grok. For this one, we're just gonna click. Oh yeah, yeah. So you have to log in for anything else but Quick. That's good. That's nice to know. We're just gonna do Quick then. It takes a little while for it to load, but what was the first question we asked ChatGPT? Oh goodness. All right. Oh yeah. No, it's not gonna let you. It's not gonna let you do that for free. Okay, hold on.
I sent you a little bit about what I was talking about earlier because I'm kind of glad I can't find their interview because it's insane. It makes you sad. But like, there's other interviews where they're kind of joking about the self-preservation thing because people were complaining about it. Yeah, they scrubbed that shit off the internet.
Okay. Okay. The stream's being a little funky. Let me fix that. Oh come on. All
Oh my god, Mel! I just saw the intruder. That's
right.
funny. But yeah, look into that whenever you have. You don't have to do it now. I'm not trying to like steal the thing. I just think it's like interesting because you're having an AI discussion. I wonder how many people know about that. Also, there's evolution theory on AI, which is why people fear AI. But yeah, but you don't have to go into that. I like a lot of weird theories that were like based off of like actual proven theories. Yeah.
I'm just trying to to get this back to where it was. I'm gonna try and find another
I feel that.
chatbot that we can talk to.
That's funny.
Let me do just a little bit of research. Um,
Is Fortune reputable?
Fortune?
Yeah,
I'm not
pretty sure it is.
100% sure. Hold on.
Said something from.
Sorry about that. Everything's getting a little funky. Let's see what's going on. Okay. It looks like whatever just happened stopped happening. So I think we're good. I'm just looking for. Yeah, if you go on Google Gemini, it like you're automatically logged in on Chrome. So I don't really want to do that one. Hold on. Yeah, you have to sign in to Claude. You have to sign into Grok in Gemini automatically. Signs you in. So that's all super fun. Well, what do y'all want? Do you want to play with ChatGPT some more, or
Sorry, I'm back.
welcome back? Well, it looks like the chat fell asleep. That's fine. What we'll do,
What chat fell asleep? Oh, Chat GPT.
no, chat. I'm just so soothing that they fell asleep. Oh, silly. Okay, I have an idea. I don't really want to play with ChatGPT anymore.
It's depressing, ain't it?
It's so blatantly wrong, and I think that like what I showed proved my point
Did you
already.
check the stuff I sent you? Not like the stuff that like the material, but those are reputable sources, right? I'm not tripping, right? I can't tell if Fortune's bad, but it reminds people of Forbes. And isn't that like other one is review paper and the other one's Wired, which Wired is kind of meh. That was just the first things to come up, but yeah, there was a huge stink about AI preservation for a minute.
Fortune is, I don't know, is
Oh my god.
Fortune.com reliable? Um, no, and yes, it, depending on who you ask.
That was very helpful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Trustpilot says no. It has a
Damn.
2.1 poor trust score, 2 out of 5. 2.1 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot.
That's crazy.
Hmm, interesting. This Reddit post says Fortune magazine exposed by random guy on internet for publishing false claims about Elon Musk and X.
That's that's interesting. I'm not gonna touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
So,
What's crazy is I did do research before, and a lot of the stuff that I saw I can find. But yeah,
yeah, it looks like it's not viewed nicely. That situation looks like they were fed false information on purpose and just believed it. There was this one article that I wanted to look at. Let's see what that says.
oh the RDI is good.
Oh no, it's something that I had found, but we'll probably look at that one too.
Oh no, don't worry about that. I'm just trying to make sure I sent you something decent. I figured the I would see how the AI sources went. I'm like, that's crazy.
I am human. Enjoy.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah, I can click buttons. Okay, let's share this tab instead. Now let me customize and shrink it down. There we go. Sure. Ethical and biased considerations in artificial intelligence slash machine learning. So I wasn't able to get the full thing. I think that has. I think that this is at least all. I think it's all of it. Most of it, all of it. I'm not sure, but like when I clicked to get the thing, it should be all of it. All right. Ethical and bias considerations in artificial intelligence and slash machine learning. So we can read the abstract. This tells you basically everything that's in it, but short. As artificial intelligence AI gains prominence in pathology and medicine, the ethical implications and potential biases within such integrated AI models will require careful scrutiny. Ethics and bias are important considerations in our practice settings, especially as an increased number of machine learning (ML) systems are being integrated within our various medical domains. Such ML-based systems have demonstrated remarkable capabilities in specific tasks such as, but not limited to, image recognition, natural language processing, and predictive analytics. However, the potential bias that may exist within such AL ML models can also inadvertently lead to unfair and potentially detrimental outcomes. The source of bias within such ML models can be due to numerous factors, but is typically categorized into three main buckets: data bias, development bias, and interaction bias. These could be due to the training data algorithmic bias featuring engineering and selection issues, clinic and institutional bias, i.e., practice variability, reporting bias, and temporal bias, i.e., changes in technology, clinical practice, or disease patterns. Therefore, despite the potential of these AIML applications, their deployment in our day-to-day practice also raises noteworthy ethical concerns. To address the ethics and bias in medicine, a comprehensive evaluation process is required, which will encompass all aspects of such systems, from model development through clinical development. Deployment. Addressing these biases is crucial to ensure that ALML systems remain fair, transparent, and beneficial to all. This review will discuss the relevant ethical and bias considerations in AI/ML, specifically within the pathology and medical domain. So while this is about AI and machine learning in the medical sphere, um, I think that it might be interesting to look at how we can apply this to other places. This is very long, so I just kind of want to skim through this real quick. And obviously, if you want to follow along or read it in its entirety, it is pinned on YouTube and in the chat for everywhere. Let's see. Ethical artificial intelligence. Let's see. Cut off here. Hmm. Benevolence and non-justice in relation to AI. Healthcare demands equitable distribution of cost versus benefits. Accountability. Bias in artificial intelligence systems. So it looks like it's asking if AI can be fair. Bias, like in here, it says bias in AI refers to systematic and unfair favoritism or prejudice in AI systems, which can lead to discriminatory outcomes. Earlier, when we were watching, well, while you were watching me talk to ChatGPT, you could see how um, it can become biased to its own. I wanted to know, yeah, data bias over representation of certain demographics and diagnostic data sets. So data bias, algorithmic bias, these are things that we've talked about that seems to be an issue that they're also concerned about. Feedback loop bias is what we were talking about a little bit. Um, when I was talking about previous chats. So this is bias exacerbated by diagnostic feedback loops where historical data or previous diagnosis influence future diagnostic decisions. Um, so it looks like there's confirmation bias. Yeah, a lot of the same issues in the medical AI thing. I think I'm not going to read through that. I don't think that it has that much of uh, um how do you say, like, not that much of a, what's that word? I'm sorry, what's that word? It doesn't have much of relevance to fish keeping, but it does for, it does and it doesn't. I think that that was like the only thing. And the fish are hiding. All right. I don't know. What I know is that I want to support people who don't use AI as much as I can. Like, and I'm not talking about like using it as a tool. Like, if the thing is I've seen a lot of people on YouTube using AI thumbnails, and I don't think that anybody said anything. Like in our group, in our fish fan group, right? Like, I think that generally it's just like, yeah, whatever, do what you want. But I think that like everybody's like, oh, AI's fun, it's easy, it's accessible, without thinking of the consequences or how it might look in 5 years. I think that a lot of the people who were having fun with AI in the getting kind of like moved past it already. And I don't know, I think like how do I say? Like I think that AI use is kind of neutral. It's obviously more the companies that are pushing it onto us all the time. And then I feel like there's like a kind of like a FOMO, a fear of missing out. Like, well, it's working well for these people, so why can't it work well for me? Or like feel pressured into changing what you're doing or how you're doing things in order to kind of fit in with the people who are using AI thumbnails because, well,
I think I think people have to be mindful of that too, because a lot of confirmation bias. When you see a lot of bigger YouTubers using AI, people aren't going to sit there and judge their favorite YouTuber for using an AI thumbnail, but they're going to judge your content off of it. And you have to also be careful how you're going to do content after that, because you can also be accused of being AI content. Like a lot of channels, for example, Quarium Debug Store, they do the intro now where they're like, "Hey, I know there's a lot of AI going around, but I'm a real person. Now let me morph back into my clownfish persona," because people were like accusing him of AI. So it's like you always have to be mindful. If you're selling a product with AI, people might be like, "Well, you use AI, you're not paying for artists and stuff like that." So it's like it can always be a double-edged sword, not necessarily just because someone is anti AI, right?
right. Also, with the
Yeah.
changes, the monetization of YouTube, it can seem like using their AI tools and using things that they provide, like thumbnail makers or whatever that they're in the works of or already have published in certain cases. We
Mhm.
all, every single YouTuber, we all want to be monetized. And that could be for various reasons. Maybe you just want to spend more time in your fish room, or you want to be able to have a more sustainable hobby where like you're making money off of it or whatever, or you want to share information and do more things. And to do that, you need more money and less time at work, for example.
It's like I've seen a lot of people make. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I just wanted to fill the silence, to be honest. You go ahead.
Okay, that's fair. So like the thing I'm gonna say about AI as small content creators is like in this day and age, be mindful how you build yourself up. You can build yourself up a million different ways, but if you build yourself up in a way where, for example, I used to be pretty popular and I was when I was streaming COD, I could not escape COD. I used to I used to constantly be like, I hate this damn game while playing it for hours. People would be like, "Why do you play this game?" He's like, "Because you won't watch me if I don't play this game." Sure, I was getting the views, but I was trapped in COD hell. So like, if you use AI and stuff like that, you're not gonna get people that necessarily want good content. They'll just be okay with the slop. And it's not to say that like that'll be everyone. It's not gonna be like an absolute or even something that's gonna be like majority, right? But it is something you'd be mindful of. I feel like if I see someone draw their thumbnail, that's the struggle but dedicated YouTuber. That's like a good sign for me that's been on YouTube for a while, watching YouTube as a watcher, that this video about to be cracked. When someone has to like, jerry rig the thumbnail to get it out. Like I always felt like that was a good sign of a good video. And so yeah, you can do
Yeah.
AI. Just understand that like some people might be put off by it and prejudge you. As much as we say don't judge a book by a cover, we do. We do.
I do think that it is. uh, human nature to judge a book by it. And um, well, if you go using the same analogy, if you go to a bookstore and there's a book that looks, the cover looks like the author put a lot of time and effort into it, and there's another book that is very plain and just like the font choice isn't right, like you can tell that it was like slapped together in a couple of seconds, you think that the one that has the better cover is going to have the better story because time
Yeah,
and effort
and that
put in.
yeah, that can also go multiple ways too. I feel like people can struggle with the concept of making like a book. I'm trying not to be literal here, but it's like this is a good analogy where it's like some books you know it's going to be good because it's a straight up cover, the title and some fancy like lettering, and you know that they were just ready to present on something. They're ready to take you for a ride. You know what I mean? Like you don't necessarily have to do the biggest thing. You just got to do the thing well. And I think that's a lost art to minimize the look of something without minimizing the effort. And
Right.
it's like you don't have to be, for example, the book cover artist to make a good book. Don't have to be a thumbnail artist to be a good YouTuber. You just gotta make good content. Sometimes you gotta be like, look over here. There's a lot of tricks you can do besides AI. It's better to look elsewhere. But like if you're gonna use AI, that's fine. I'm not I'm not the AI police. It's
I
not
just
like it's not required.
personally think just because I think that a lot of people will look, and even if it is the best AI thumbnail that could be out there, people are still going to look at that as low effort in general,
Yeah,
and then think that your content
yeah,
is low effort, which
yeah.
it's not. I mean, it could be if you're an AI channel.
The best thing you can
Could
hope
be.
for is that they think you don't care about your like thumbnail. You're doing it ironically.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah. And as Many Listen Even Aquatic says, I use AI as little as possible, only when I have no other recourse, and none of my content. I've been accused of being AI because I write like I know how to write, not text. LOL. Um,
Yeah,
I love Black Ops. I haven't been haven't been in playground. Haven't played in years. My kiddo loves it. October 10th at 8 p.m. EST, Jason and I are starting to set up an auction if anyone's interested in selling some fish. Please reach out to Jason or I. Hi, Sutton. Who's Jason? Hold on, who's Jason?
which
There's like five
Jason?
of
Stop.
them. Which of them?
There's so
Which
many
Jason?
Jasons. There's so many.
Is it going to be on your turn?
Also, I just want to be real. I want to say things this to any content creator that might hear this. Believe in yourself. There's gonna be someone like me who's gonna see someone throw some thumbnails together and see the effort, even if it doesn't look the best, and be like, "All right, this motherfucker has something to tell me. I'm listening. I'm listening." Don't rob yourself of that because when you do something, you put a part of yourself in it. That's why we as humans crave art, right? So, like, whatever it is that you want to do, have pride in that.
5 Star Beta. So Jason from 5 Star Betas is the one that Sutton's talking about. Because there's like, yeah, okay, great. Um, Here, October 10th. Sutton.
Yeah, because
Sutton, are you on my Discord? Here. Here, let me post the link to my Discord. I have a whole section for other YouTubers their stuff in. Invite to server. Copy. Oh, good. No, I don't want to send it to the private channel. I
Also, the
want to
concept
do
of like
community
AI
tab,
art and art stuff like
YouTube
that, even as it
posts.
starts looking better, you're still just ripping off of like artists and skills are degrading. They have degradation. So if you do consume AI art because you do enjoy the way it looks, you probably enjoy an artist out there. And if you're consuming the art, eventually you're gonna kill off the source. It's the same thing as conservation. If you like the fish, you don't want to just get the fish. You want the fish properly, so you're not encouraging people to destroy these things, these environments. So you can get the fish. Like it's not rocket science. Like
Hmm. I I posted my link to my Discord. It should bring you after you answer all the little questions for the Discord thing. It should bring you directly to that channel that I was talking about. Once you have the YouTuber role, you can post in there for any of your updates and stuff. I like to support other people, so I have that specifically put into my server. And feel free anytime that you have a video, anytime that you have a live stream, anytime that you post on any of your social medias, feel free to link it in that chat. It's called for people who are already in the server. Um, it's called um, posts, and feel free to post in there. I want to know what other people are doing.
what about Twitch posts? You should just
Yeah,
make
I,
it
I
hosting. No,
yeah.
I'm joking.
Um,
It
as
doesn't
long as
matter.
it's fish related, I don't care. Most of us here
Hey, I
are
was just trolling. I'm sorry.
YouTubers. I kind of wanted to make it like social media, but that kind of doesn't give what it is. Thanks for
Content,
joining, Sutton.
content posting.
Yes, content. I might have to change the channel name, but that's fine.
So I can't be this specific on the stream. Embarrassing myself here.
It's Sutton, I was interested in some of your fish. Are some of your fish going up on the auction?
I think there's a. I think the thing too with YouTube and a lot of YouTube content and a lot of the people being so quick to do AI is something I don't think we'd ever talk about you in YouTube is that you are often expected to do far too much just to survive on the platform, to get out there, post 24/7, post all the time, never give up. Then it's like people have fear about leaving their YouTube or leaving their Twitch and coming back and people are not there. And we've created a society where even your content creators are forced to put content out. And it's like,
Mhm.
it just doesn't make sense.
That's why I
So
really like
people
the
were
fish
quick to use
thing.
AI.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I thought you were done.
No, it's okay. No, it's
Can you
just
repeat the
that's
last
why
part?
people use That's why people use AI because they're fucking broken. Because we're all broken. Because we go to work every day, 9 to 5, a third of our life, slaving away, and now the fucking YouTubers can't get away from it. And it's like I think people need to realize how serious that is.
I agree. That's why I like the fish cam so much and the little community that we made because I really feel like at the heart of it, it is a supportive community. And I mean, I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for other people in the fish cam. Like, they have helped me so much. And all I strive to do is to help other people like I've been helped. Like, They might go, "Oh, you're a small channel." Like, I would be much smaller. I would have my 50 subscribers so I could go live. Like that's what I would have without the support that I've gotten from other people. And not to mention being able to go out and go to the fish conventions that other people are at and kind of make plans with them to do stuff or meet up with the people that I see and I'm in their chats. Like it's so much fun. And having a community is what this is all about for me.
Right. Like, too, like people encouraging you and stuff like that. I got to meet you, and then I got to learn about Medaka, was one of my favorite fish. I am definitely a huge Medaka fan, and I like got to learn a lot. It's very clear that you like want to help people, and every time I ask you questions or anything like that, you're always there to answer the questions and always there to give a helping hand. And I really enjoy that about like people who keep animals and who are in the hobby that really care about the hobby because they care about others as well as the animals. They don't want to see anyone do the wrong thing. Give everyone the best advice they can. So yeah,
I agree. And I think that in the absence of vibes, and I think we all need to step up because I don't think a single person can replace how much he cared about others. I think that everybody in the fish fam, even though this is a sensitive subject, and I like it hurts me to talk about it. I think that we all need to step up to help take that place
I think
because
too. Sorry, go on.
because if it wasn't for that first live stream that I did in December of 2024, if it wasn't for vibes telling people that I was live and encouraging me to go live, this live stream wouldn't be happening. I wouldn't have met half the people that I met, and that when I was in my absence for the first half of this year, I wouldn't have come back. I wouldn't have had the community. I wouldn't have had the strength to come back after fighting what I had fought. And it's just I care so much about the people that are around me, and I want them to do good, and I wouldn't be here talking about AI if I didn't care how it affected the people in the community and the fish and everything else. I don't think, for example, that AI is an evil, right? Itself. I do think that our perception of what AI is a little skewed, and the companies behind AI have done so much wrong that I personally don't recommend it. But yeah, if people have questions, I try to answer them. If people want to talk, I talk to them, right? Like, there's been so much, and I just want to be able to support other people. And I appreciate everybody who's done the same for me.
Yeah, that's real. We need more people like you and like the fish community and the world in general. People need to like we need to do the best we can for each other. We're all stuck on this rock together. Like it's as simple as that. Any like as far as I'm concerned anyways, like any less like is just being childish. We can have a little bit more positivity, you know? When we interact with each other, that's a pleasant thing. And like I want to keep socializing. I feel like as people are less positive and more negative toward each other and blah blah blah, like we just don't socialize anymore. And I don't like I value being around people. I guess as much as sometimes I have my problems with some people. I want to socialize and be able to make friends and go to events and talk to new people. And you have to nurture that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And I'm not saying like, oh, if somebody has done you wrong, you totally cut them out of your life. That is not the issue here. The issue is that there seems to be a general burnout with empathy, especially towards beginners. And I've seen this a lot myself personally. I go into fish servers and they realize that I have a lot of experience. I've been fish keeping for, like 20 plus years. And people ask me things all the time, or they're like, oh, Cece knows a lot about fish medication. I'm going to ping her. And, or Cece knows a lot about Medaka, or Cece knows a lot about this thing, or Cece knows a lot about that thing. Um, and I try and be as welcoming and positive as I can be, right? And I get messages daily, multiple times a day, with people coming to me with their fish problems, which is fine, but I can understand, especially people who are bigger, like in community size than I am, um, getting absolutely overwhelmed when me at a much smaller size does get overwhelmed. And you get burnt out when somebody comes to you for the 500th time and tells you, all my fish died. And then you ask them if they cycled their tank and they say no. You ask them if they have test kits and they say no. You get frustrated. And I understand that because I've been there.
I
But hold
this
on.
is okay, go on.
But my biggest piece of advice is, if you get frustrated from somebody asking a beginner question, don't respond to them for a while. Like, it is fine and human to be upset. Um, but what you need to do is just take a step back. Like, don't put your anger out on that specific person. We're all human. We've all done it. But like, sometimes you are the only person between that person staying or leaving the hobby.
Hot take. If you don't like if you don't like stupid questions or asking beginner questions, just don't do that and make it known that it gets to you, because you can't you some people are like incompetent and some people don't know any better. It's hard for you to shift through that, right? Like, not everyone has to be the person that goes to beginners, or beginners go to. It's just it's really funny. It's like I was always the what person that would like help people that had difficulty with stuff. I do feel like that's a skill that not everyone has, or maybe an attribute, I don't know. But like, you should like, you have to be mindful. Like, there was an environment I was in that you couldn't Google the subject, and you can't Google the subject, and I'm asking questions because I was gonna do my ponds the same way I was gonna do my fish tank, and I'm asking like very basic questions because they're telling me not to do this and that, all these things that I would do with any other fish you don't do with these fish. And they're just like, I'm telling them, asking them about water change, and I could feel the judgment. Okay, I could feel the judgment.
Hmm.
And like, you're going into like, you're taking care of fish that aren't easily Googleable. You're making a Discord about not easily Googleable fish. Expect stupid, simple questions. You kind of get scared. You ask stupid questions when you can't Google something. People are going to ask you the most basic questions humanly possible because they cannot Google this thing and get a proper like response. That's something you should be aware of. if you're
Hmm.
doing these things. Like, I don't know. I felt like I had like 5 million eyes on my face. I felt weird, and it's just like I feel like if you do that to the wrong person, they're gonna be like, I don't like these fish no more. I don't like
I
fish
guess
no more. This sucks.
for the people that are here right now, can you do me a favor? And if you have ever felt uncomfortable asking a question in the fish keeping community, can you put a one in the chat? Here, I'll do it. There you go. I just want to see for the people that are here. I just want to know.
I'm actually super curious because like I feel like I've experienced that sometimes. I'm just like that. Wow, did I ask the wrong question? And I'm just like that shouldn't really be a thing. This is a very misunderstood hobby with a million different perspectives on every single fish, even if people don't keep the fish. And you know what? We're so programmed for us to give opinions on fish we don't keep because it's really been that difficult for so long. I
Hmm.
think fish keeping is one of the most difficult animal keeping hobbies.
Yeah,
One of the
I
most.
agree.
I've
Hmm.
kept pigeons, I've kept snakes, I've kept guinea pigs. I kind of like I think I know there's more difficult stuff. I've kept very beginner friendly stuff. I feel like except for the pigeons, I kept rollers with my uncle. So it's like yeah, there's more difficult stuff out there, but with fish, everything is difficult. You can just get the most complicated fish on earth. And so you're going into this hobby that is a high skill level and you're acting obnoxious. And I gotta be real with you guys, like as a fish keepers, you gotta tone that back. This is why fighting games died. This is funny, but it's true because we wouldn't teach basic things. And everyone got mad at people who know how to play fighting games. And for a while, people would go around and say, "Oh, the pros keep secrets." They're pro. What are you talking about? Animation canceling's a secret? Oh, we didn't teach you that. Like you now we feel dumb. And now everyone's doing tutorials, basic level tutorials in fighting games, and that entire genre shut up. Fish keeping can be the most popular thing on earth. People can come back to this hobby. You have to realize how difficult it is and how intimidating it was for people who are not used to fish keeping. That is the most important thing that like experienced fish keepers especially need to understand. Because once you become an experienced fish keeper, this stuff is not intimidating to you anymore. That I'm like intermediate, I guess. I'm like I don't really like have a lot of takes. I have some pawns. I feel like I'm doing a good job, but like I feel like it's less intimidating now. But like it's still enough for me to remember how intimidating everything was, and putting something in water and being like, "Am I gonna kill it? Is it something in my tap water? Oh my god, dead fish!" You know what I mean? So like yeah, it's interesting. Very intimidating hobby, and but I think a lot of people want to put a box of water on their tank on their table and have some fishies. I just think people are genuinely scared of it because of how difficult some fish can be, or the difference between soft and hard water. That's crazy. Soft and hard water is a crazy concept for a beginner to understand. You're telling me I have bad water? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. Since we're at about 2 hours, we're at the end of the stream. Um, I'm gonna start the giveaway. If you, it said that. What is going on? Hold on, I'm trying. It said
Did it work?
that it worked, but now it's not working. Oh goodness. Hold on. Okay. Okay. It's still not working. Um,
Oh my goodness. Giveaway shit is always so frustrating.
it is. Page isn't working. Let's refresh. Continue. I'm trying. Work. It says fishfam.link is currently unable to handle this request.
Oh my god. Is the fucking giveaway thing down?
Maybe. Hold on, let's see. Let me go to the last one. I don't know what's going on. Okay. 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 I got it. More than one person has to enter. We'll give it some time.
Not really. Give me the second. Stop. I'm joking. No. I I like love the concept of a lot of conversations where like everything's easier and stuff like that. You don't really want easy things. There's this entire concept where the only reason people crave easy things or things being very comfortable and casual is because they live a very difficult and taxing life. You'll always want the polar opposite because you're trying to find the balance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I win the sticker, I'm 100% buying it back. That's not a container shipping. Roxy, come on,
I'll give it
guys.
like,
Join for the sticker.
you don't
Free
even want a sticker.
stuff.
Come
Free
on.
stuff. Free
What if
99.
I win? What if I win? Dang. I just give the sticker to myself? Come on, guys. Here.
So why none of y'all join? Come on.
Announcement. Doing a sticker giveaway right now on my YouTube channel. Trying to probably win.
Yeah, definitely gotta give it some time.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, guys. Free sticker from a hand drawn artist.
Yeah. They're pretty too. Hold on, let's see. I can
I'm not
probably.
gonna lie. I like a lot of silhouette art. I was trying to find a silhouette artist for fish. I'm glad I met you. I'm gonna make little sticker. I not stickers. I want to make tape, like decorative tape. You know, like little party
Mhm.
tape. Be cool. Hey, more people.
Yay. Here, I'm going to share this tab instead. This is what the sticker looks like. It's a white outline of my logo. It's the After Dark, and it's holographic, so it's rainbowy.
Also, remember you have to do the tradition. If me or Cece win, you have to spam rigged in chat. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
Whatever the VIP mod streamer anyone gets a randomly selected gift because they're allowed to enter. That's the tradition of all live streams.
Mhm. It's all. Let's see. I'll give it like
What
something you
happened?
got.
Why are they not?
Yeah,
I was gonna say
I almost completely spammed this poor tool. I don't know. I hope it works.
we're there now. Spin to win. Let
Yeah.
me stop. People will come back. Give it like 5 more minutes.
We got 6 people in chat and only
That's
three
fair,
people.
actually. That makes sense. Just spit it. That's half the chat. That's more. That's better than most people can do with their
I
chats.
want, I want, I want one more person because I'm the third person.
Someone can. That's fair. That's fair. There's 6 people. We can at least get 3 people in here.
Yeah, we got two people, including me. Just one more, and you get a free sticker. Free sticker. You gotta do just
Refresh.
sticker. I might let's see. I just accidentally. You know what? I'll send you a sticker. There we go. That was totally my fault. Sutton, I will send you a sticker. That is fine. That's my bad. I went to go move my mouse and I accidentally clicked it.
No. Stop. Have good shit.
Are you watching chat? Yes, I'm watching chat. That was an accident. I can't believe that happened.
Spin to win. It happens. That's funny. Shirley was not at it. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. When the
Okay.
website's messing with you, the website's trolling like
It is. It's like,
crazy.
yeah. At least it didn't land. Like, at least it didn't land on me. All right, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. If anybody wants to join, just put sticker STICKER in chat. Nothing else. And we'll spin the wheel and see who wins next. This is it's fine.
No, you have to remove people if there are multiple rounds. Do it all over. No, stop. Fun. This is why no one does this giveaway stream because it's difficult.
It is so difficult. It's okay.
You have to
If you don't
find the
win this
right
time,
program because sometimes you have to like, if you're doing multiple, right? You have to find the right one so then you can pull people off. So you don't have to redo it because then everyone takes 5 million years to type the word out. No, this is a giveaway. Hurry up and type.
mhm. um, no worries. Um, if you don't win, I will be doing another giveaway in December, as always. All right, let's see. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Okay. If Sutton gets it again, I don't know. I'll draw them something. How about that?
No, we re-roll. If there's gonna be two red winners, just put it twice. He can't just win twice. Too much, Mustafa. Joking.
It says it's not working. Why?
The app is apping. Go spin the win is spinning.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I won, so we're rigged. All right, spin the wheel.
Oh my god. Rigged.
Shirley wins. Woo, Shirley.
We didn't see it.
Oh yeah, because we're way behind.
Wow. Wow. I biased motherfucker.
Mhm. All right.
Oh, you can remove them after they win. You just fucking up.
Yeah, but it when I tried it before for me, it crashed.
Oh my god. God damn it, Shirley, move out the way. I'm trying to get a sticker. You can't win 3 times in a row, damn it. Zero.
There we go. Yay! We got winners. That's awesome. Here, let's see.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
What just happened? It's not even. It's not even spinning. Here. There we go.
What the fuck?
There we
Bro,
go.
that's so I hate this game. Dude, what is this spin? What is the spinning? Now it spins. Now it spins. I don't even care anymore. As long as it spins. What was that bullshit swim? Don't do it. Oh my god. At least I was the last one on. I swear, if you had did that, that was the last person on. Oh my goodness.
That's amazingly funny. All right, we got it. Um,
It went from jokingly rigged to being just straight up, oh, we'll spin it. Ha ha. It doesn't even spin it. It just goes one to the left.
right. It didn't want to spin. I don't know what was happening there, but hi. I don't know. I don't know what happened at the end there, but it was fun, and that's all that matters. You said,
Fuck.
"Where's my sticker?" You didn't. You didn't
Yes,
get
I
on the
did.
thing. What do you mean? Where's your sticker? Oh.
Rip.
All right. We have hit our 2 hour mark, and we've got our winners. So I am going to end the stream here. If y'all want to chat some more, I will be on my Discord server. The link is up in chat. If you are interested, come join and hang out with us. Um, Other than that, it was great to see y'all. If you were, uh, what is it? If y'all want to buy a sticker because you didn't win one, message me on Discord, Instagram, etc. But I will be doing these giveaways every couple of months. So thanks for watching. Bye.